Our ecosystem's optimum conditions, with abundant rains and good pasture for cattle breeding, made cheese production an important base for food and economy in Galicia. In Roman times, the Iberian Peninsula exported cheese to other areas of the empire. This leads us to suppose that the manufacture of this tasty food in Galicia goes back a very long time. We have written references to cheese manufacturing in the year 1550, and in 1900, Francisco Tetemansi, a significant Galician writer and scholar, highlights the importance of this product in Terras de Ulla, Tambre. Cheese manufacturing is based on a simple principle: coagulating milk, whether raw or pasteurized, by adding animal or vegetable curd and the activity of dairy bacteria. A centuries-old tradition of handmade cheese underwent spectacular advances throughout the 20th century. And so we come to the current situation, in which Galicia is distinguished as a manufacturer of cheese that blends the best tradition with the most advanced techniques in the field. To obtain different cheeses, in Galicia or anywhere else in the world, what is done is to slightly change the basic process. Depending on the kind of milk, on the way the curd is worked and on treatment time, the result will be very different. Mankind has therefore created an abundant and tasty number of cheeses. The age-old care for the tradition of cheese manufacturing in our country has led us today to 4 denominations of origin for our cheese. Regulating councils are supervision elements. They certify the quality of raw materials and make sure the manufacturing of the product is always healthy and strictly in accordance with tradition. The preservation of the rural world under criteria of environmental sustainability is a guaranteed source of natural food and is an alternative for the future of those who work in its manufacturing. In a balanced diet, cheese provides vitamins, essential amino acids and fatty acids. Furthermore, the good bacteria it contains collaborates in the well-being of our intestinal flora, protecting us from infections and thereby making us more resistant. In the case of children and senior citizens, its calcium is very beneficial because it helps keep our bones strong. Wealth in cattle is the basis of our abundant milk production. Here we can come across Galician, Holstein, Alpine brown cows and their crossbreeds. Differences in cattle feeding and in the manufacturing process are the reasons why our milk, whether raw or pasteurized, comes in different varieties. Arzubo Ulloa cheese, characteristic of the geographical centre of Galicia, has a minimum of 6 days maturity. When it's ready for consumption, we obtain a product that is somewhere between ivory white and pale yellow, tasting of fresh milk, butter and yogurt. Terras de Ulla farm cheese is different due to the origin of its milk, which in this case is always from home-grown cows. If we let these cheeses mature for a minimum of 6 months, we will obtain a cured Terras de Ulla cheese, which stands out because of its firm texture and its intense scent of butter, vanilla and nuts. Tortilla cheese, literally breast-shaped cheese, characterized by its conical concave convex shape, is manufactured all over Galicia. After a minimum maturity period of 7 days, it has a soft and slightly acid aroma, recalling the milk it comes from. San Simón da Costa is the origin denomination cheese from the area known as Terra in the province of Lugo. This cheese is shaped like a spinning top with a teat at the top. Large cheeses are sold after a minimum maturity period of 45 days, while the smaller ones, known as buffoons, require 30 days. San Simón cheese is smoked with birchwood before it is sold. The way into Galicia on the French pilgrim's road to Santiago de Compostela is in the province of Lugo, where Febreiro cheese is made from pasteurized milk. It is sold both fresh and cured, in the latter case after a minimum maturity period of 45 days. It's shaped like a chef's hat and has a greasy texture and a milky and slightly acid taste. Cheese is a perfect complement for all kinds of dishes and palates. The infinite combinations that are possible make it absolutely essential in the kitchen. The importance of cheese is reflected in the tight schedule it has over the 4 seasons. The handmade manufacture at the monastery of Sobrado dos Monches, the cheese centre, and events like the one held in Arzúa, backed up by decades of tradition, are a clear sign that cheese is not only for mice. Cheese and honey in the lands of Ulla and Tambre. Is anyone hungry?